Good morning, everyone. Hello, Methor. How are you doing? How's it going? Sound is working. Everything seems to be working fine. I will hear it from you guys if not. Okay, we're bouncing in Q. Oh, let me quickly mark my 150 to 210 macro. Actually, I think if you focus on any macro, you'll see some references with other macros, how they work in conjunction with each other. But for London, I honestly believe that the 150 to 210, maybe even sometimes the 1 hour earlier could also be handy. But as far as I've been testing now, I really think it's a very good reference point. Here we go. I need to close something. Yes, okay. Here we go. Okay. Let us do the 150. I'm around the 1 minute. Yes, I am. And 210. Okay, here we go. We'll watch it. Let's have a look. Yesterday, I did trade later on in the day. We blasted through the first presented fair value gap, and now we're bouncing. Now we're retesting it. You have to go. We are retesting the first present. We didn't do it yesterday. Have we done it before? I don't think so, right? Let's check. This one was 9th of February. My trade yesterday was I traded the opening range gap until the first presented. I did not know it would go higher. There was another fair value gap here. It marked with my another level that I used, but I just played it up to here yesterday. So I took it somewhere above the last quadrant up to here. I can't remember how many. I made $300 yesterday on my account. Yeah, it was about 100 points, I think. This was 100 points, this play, and then I had another. It should have been around 100. Yeah, it was around here. I think I was, let me see, it was about 100 points. I think it was above the quadrant somewhere here. Yeah, it was about 100 points. This was about the play that I took. So I used the opening range. It went back and forth many times, and then at some point, I believe around the 950 macro, it started going out of this area. And then I played back to the downside, back to 702. But I saw it a little bit later. I wasn't paying attention. The best play was obviously from here, but it was back into the range, and then it went back up again. Now we are bouncing. Now we are using the first presented fair value gap on Monday. Where was it? So let's see. I do think we're going to go here 155. So here we go. So how are you guys doing? Any analysis you want to share? Why is my lines screwed up? You were supposed to be here. Why did you move? Here we go. Okay. Yeah, I see us going 155. But are we going to do it in London? Or are we going to go lower back to the daily open? Because we're bouncing off the first presented. I wonder if we are going down first to go up. The higher time frame does look bullish already. So that's a little bit I don't want to say confusing, but this doesn't look bearish to me, but logically, I would say we haven't retested this first presented yet. We're touching it. Are we going to go into it? Go to the 9 minute. Trade above Asia. We need to go. Okay. We go up to go down. Okay, I guess maybe up to 230 we have an upward movement, then we go back down to go up, or are we just going to go straight up to this level? Could be. 155. Hey, company Minko, how are you doing? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Well, let's see. We might trade it up here, or maybe up to here, and then even go down. I'm just going to wait a little bit. Yeah, I really like 155. 155-ish. Yeah, I'm too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting more, I guess the market is getting a little bit more cleaner in this sense, but it's still a little bit different. That it's not like, oh, London, you take a few trades, but in New York has been good. New York has been good lately. How about you? Just gonna wait until the next when 2 o'clock comes. I had the net, but when it took off, it didn't give me. Hey, listen, you see me. I'm struggling with the same thing, company Menka, and it's the best thing is really to practice to not chase and then let it go, and then you journal it, and then if it doesn't show, if you can't get in, it's either because we are not fast enough or we don't see our setup. And that happens, right? And then it's better to not take it if it's not in your analysis, if it doesn't work in your set of rules. Now, it doesn't mean that you can change your rules. If you see it happen over and over and over, for example, if I see, oh, I'm missing it all the time, maybe I have my rules are too rigid, or I'm missing too many opportunities. So there is something else that I need to add that needs investigation. So then, you can investigate that. But if you don't have a set of rules yet and it's not in your, just let it go and then figure it out until you really have it, make it mechanical, right? So that's what I've been doing as well. And then I found out, oh, you know what? I can add actually a different rule or another if-then statement. Let me put it that way, like another if-then statement to also add that opportunity. If you see something, presenting itself over and over and you miss it because of some reason, then, but hey, listen, I'm a fierce believer to say if it's not within my rules that I have set yet, I have to let it go. And then, yeah, and if you chase, you always get punished, right? that happens to me. So I'm okay. I feel more comfortable letting it go and then investigate. And then maybe it's either okay, Sometimes you have to miss it because it's just not. It would have been luck, right? Because it's not within my rules, and sometimes things just happen differently. Or the I just need specific rules and specific things to happen for me to really, enter, for example, on a mini or things like that, or maybe even 4 minis. I need like 4 if-then statements lining up together. And if I chase, it means there's only one or none. And sometimes you're lucky, but the next time you'll be punished. It's how it works. ZAR trader, I don't expect much today. This morning with OPEX tomorrow. Oh, I didn't know. Okay. I have never actually, ZAR trader, made the connection with OPEX. Is that a thing? If OPEX is tomorrow, that we ranged? Because that's interesting. I mean, it sounds logical. It has, to be honest. Is that something you have noticed every time when there's OPEX? Do we have news today? It's Thursday, right? I do believe we also have the news tomorrow. I need to check it again. We do have unemployment claims and Philly and pending home sales. Ooh, well, actually, to be honest, I wouldn't be too sure because it's Thursday. It's distribution day. We had a nice distribution upside yesterday as well, though. But I wonder if we're not going to get a nice distribution to the downside today. Well, let's see what London shows us. We'll take it. We're not going to be too close. We're just going to keep it in mind. Things like that. It's good to know and be aware. But if opportunity presents itself, we're not going to close ourselves up. So I'm not too eager to enter a long here now because of the first presented, which has not been retested any time yet. I'm going to wait until the next two. It's in 1 minute already. It will show us. Maybe we'll get a rejection manipulation in the wick and then maybe down, but we'll see. It looks very bullish to me though. It doesn't look bearish at all, right? But I told you guys, I'm going to be very careful here. Why? Because of the two breakers, right? I told you when you're in in an environment, bearish breaker, bullish breaker. So the activation of the bullish breaker is the retest of the bearish breaker. So it can go back and forth, back and forth. And we also have this first presented here. So I'm a little bit careful in this area. I already mentioned that yesterday. Oh, it's 2 o'clock. Yeah, I don't like this area too much. It could reject any time here. It could also just spike up. It could reject. It could spike up. Too many ifs and buts. We are above Asia already. So I would. We just tagged previous month low. So yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay. I would really like to go for it to go down now a little bit, but if it goes up, I'll just let it go up. Yep. Let us see. Let us see. Then I was stuck wondering. But what did you do, company man? Did you let it go? You let it go, right? And did you journal it? And did you find out why you let it go? Hey, listen. You should never wonder if to chase or not. You should actually not chase at all. But we sometimes give into it. I still have that as well. And most of the times I get punished for it. And I mean, it's really weird. I'm like, why sometimes if I just think, you know what, if I want to gamble, you would think 50-50 once in a while you'll be lucky, right? But I'm never lucky when I gamble. So maybe it's a good thing. I get punished straight away. I'm like, but sometimes you should be lucky, right? If it's a gamble, it should be, once in a while you get lucky. Well, I don't. So I had to really come to terms to that. Okay, if I want to lose money, I have to gamble. But if I'm fed up losing money, losing accounts, I have to stop doing it. It's crazy. I mean, sometimes I'm like, okay, just give me a break one time. Just give me luck. Just let me, I'll go in blind, and at some point you should be lucky, right? Not me. But I guess it's a good thing. So it really teaches you or forces you not to gamble. But 150, 25. Okay, I like this. Yeah, okay. I think, you know what, guys? I really think this is, an area we might reject here. Let's see. I don't trust this area at all. Hey, Vincent, how are you doing? Where's my coffee? Okay, previous month low, and we're in the first presented fair value gap. I am not doing anything at the moment. I'm just watching. I do like 155. I hope we're gonna get there today. Let's do another poll. I just want my coffee first. Where's my coffee? My iced coffee. Oh yeah, it's beautiful weather, by the way, but I have to close the curtain because the sun is too bright. Hey, Lock and Q. You see her? What thing? Be careful, maybe there's a snake. You see her there? You see her? There's a she's sitting there already for an hour. She's watching it. I don't know what it is. You see her here? You see her running back and forth. Try to warn you. If you keep an eye on her, that she's seeing something. She wants to she's a smart one, you know, right? Yeah, just keep an eye on her. So no, so I had to the cleaning lady is here, and we have a big cobra around, and I've got one. One of my cats is a African wildcat, half African wildcat, and she's sitting and looking at a specific point. So I just warned her, listen, if the snake might be there, because she's warning us probably. So that I had to. Hey, Vincent, you know me. I've been struggling too with the distribution trades, and I got so insecure with them that I actually, was it yesterday or the day before, I had a 300 point, the full 4 hour. but it was a paper trade. It was full paper trade. I just didn't feel comfortable to take it on my live account because I also have been like sort of like lost my mojo, or just like, okay, just getting in, and it's like normally you have your, and I don't know, lately it made me insecure really to enter. And I think it was Monday or was it Tuesday, even a paper trader, I was like, oh my god, you just let it. I mean, it's okay. It did a job on my mental thing as well a little bit, but I'm getting back. I had a few trades yesterday as well. I didn't stream it. New York, and also just smaller trades, but the direction was okay. But I really also need. I mean, I really need. I make a joke about it, but it's like really, I need to get my confidence back to really enter those larger moves with full confidence again. And I realized that yesterday, like, oh my god, it feels different. And why am I feeling so careful? But I'm just giving into whatever I'm if I don't feel comfortable, and I just don't read the market as I used to, or you're always aware that you can be wrong, but it's okay if you have a good risk management, right? You don't care. Either your timing is off, or it's just the levels are not used yet. But I feel the same way. I mean, but since yesterday, I must say, I had a few good entries. I haven't capitalized as much on them as I used to. Also, there's one specific model that I have used and where I literally live off. That's New York AM session. That model hasn't presented itself for weeks. For weeks, I'm telling you, like, what? And I realized that, and like, okay, that's funny, because that's my go-to model, and it hasn't been here. So that's also one of those things, right? Things are still different. It's still not back to where we were. And that model was almost, it didn't present itself 5 days per week, but 2 or 3 days per week. Yeah. Now, weeks, I haven't seen it at all. So I'm just saying things are just not there yet, I think. But I think we are getting better. If I think so. I don't know how about you guys. Since yesterday, the moves, there are more opportunities than I feel that I have more opportunities to get in, get out, and I still miss a few, but I do feel they are getting there a little bit. But hey, listen, it's clear AMD. No, not yet. But we'll get there. We'll feel it. I said that yesterday, that one of my the 10 a.m. distribution setup. Hell no, it's totally different. It's totally different. Especially the 10 a.m. Yes, especially the 10 a.m. If that's your bread and butter, it is just. It seems like the manipulation move comes later, and it's just well. But yeah, I do think I do feel things are getting better a little bit, but in a different way. So we have to adjust, right? And that takes time again. You have to change your if-then statements, or add a few, or your times have changed, and things like that. Yeah. So also for me, the ones that are pure mechanical, the ones that I really don't feel any stress because it's pure mechanical based on data and if-then statements, and if they're not there and things are different, that makes me nervous because I can't back them with data. Yeah, I guess that's what makes me a little bit uncomfortable lately. But hey, this is trading. Things change, right? It's cycles, so you have to then go back to the drawing board and adjust your model, I guess. And then we just build on more models, and then at some point when we have 30 years of experience, we know, okay, we go back to, we're in this sequence now. This is going to work. We're not there yet. I think when you're under 10 years of experience, you're still building, right? I think also you're just a baby getting to, I mean, getting your first model and having mechanical data is sort of like you're building your own database. So I guess it takes time, and then you just have one set of data that you've been using, and then the markets suddenly change because when you start and you suddenly have one batch. Now markets have been different, and I'm like, okay, it doesn't mean that I'm not a good trader, but that means that my models don't work at the moment, so I have to adjust. But then it takes time again, right, to adjust. So, but yeah, the only thing you can do is just keep on journaling and writing down things that you notice, compare them to what has been, and then connect new different dots. And I think I've managed a little bit, but then maybe in a few weeks time it goes back to the old ways, and you're like, oh shit. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Now we are slowly moving into this in the opening in the large first presented. It's an old one, by the way. This is 2 weeks old. But yeah, I just don't like this area too much. I've mentioned that before, right? Because of the two breakers. Um, my anti-hero, I hope you're having a great week in the charts. Well, it's better than last week, yes. Well, actually, last week was actually better, to be honest, because I had that one good day where I made $8,000, and the rest of the week was shit. But chart-wise, reading the charts during the whole week is a little bit better now, I must say. You have a great week too. You're in a trade, currently in a trade. I have to go. Weekly profile looks interesting. AMDX with X being the continuation. AMDX with X being, oh yeah, so you think the end of the week we're in the X and we're going to have continuation. So you think we're going to go to the upside. Well, let's go to the daily, by the way. Let's go to the daily. Because we had a Wednesday high. Now, a lot of the times that means, now nothing is the same, we know that, but let's go to the daily. We didn't have a Monday, we have a Tuesday, and then we have a Wednesday. So we have a Wednesday high here. We went into 1/3 of the week. I can't remember what I measured here, but it doesn't matter. We rejected of it, and now we are working our way back into that wick. Now let me measure this wick because I want to know if we're above 50% already, because that's interesting. We have a Wednesday high. Normally, a lot of the times when you have a Wednesday high, we can get a Thursday retracement, and sometimes we have a full Friday goes also down, but Friday could go back up again, right? But a lot of the times you get a Thursday retracement, especially when you have very strong Tuesday and Wednesday upward moment, which I believe Tuesday did not really. Tuesday gave us the reversal, right? If you look here, it's Tuesday reversal, second candle here, and this is going to be it looks like continuation. It looks like continuation candle, right? You guys agree? Okay, so we are exactly at 0.5 here. Okay, I didn't even see that here. Okay, we are not at 0.5. Okay, let me just do this. The daily. Okay, well, isn't that a coincidence? The 0.5 of the daily wick is exactly midpoint of the Monday N walk. Ah, isn't it algorithmic, guys? Isn't it wonderful? Okay, I don't need that. So let's see how well, we already know what's going to happen, right? Here. Oh, I don't have to spell it out. You can trade it if you want. If you want 10 points, you trade it up to the mid to. You can trade 10 points to the upside. Who wants 10 points? Go grab your 10 points. Let's take a paper trade. Let's do it. Let's do a test. I'm gonna go for. What time is it? 2:17. I'm gonna go for the 121. Now I'm gonna make it 121 because I don't want to be stopped out. It's just a test. When will it reach the midpoint? Will it do it between 2:30? Will it do it before 2:30? 2:25? Yeah, let's take the little present. But my anti-hero, if you're not gone, I'm curious to your trade. Where did you enter? What's your TP? Um, I do like a short from if it reaches that 0.5 level. Now the question is, it could go down now and go back up later in the 250 macro. It created equal high. Think on. It's a sort of a present, guys. If you can manage to find 50% of a wick, or we're close to a wick, we're in a first percent fair value gap, which hasn't been retested at all. I don't like this area because we have these two breakers, so are we going higher or not? First. We have a little gap here. Okay, well, let's see. So I'm going to write down some stuff here because I'm going to journal this. 50% daily wick. I'm going to mark what time it's going to reach that area because that's important for my journal. Daily wick. Let's see. $221. I think I will do it before 2:30. There we go. It's a little bit higher, but I just took it one. I put it. It's right. It's right in the middle. It's just exactly the middle. So it's here. We tagged it 222. Well, Jay, you can already see it. You don't have to really put the volume on, but you can already see it how it prints, right, when you have all this spottiness and how it moves. But yeah, people are institutions are on hold right now. They're not. There's no fresh money coming in, but it's still. I mean, this week hasn't been too bad, in all honesty. But you can see that the move to the upside feels fake, right? I don't know if you guys feel the same. It's a little bit fake. This is also, I don't like, I would never, I don't like it when it's spotty like this and all these. Yesterday in London, we saw very clear change in behavior. It was very spotty, and suddenly after this, uh, the macro, it started to get really nice. And whenever it led one spot, it rebalanced that straight away, so that it left no imbalances on the way up. That was quite impressive to see when I was. Oh, Steve, it is not. This is not a dating site. You really have to go somewhere else for that, my friend. I'm sorry, and I'm not going to respond to that as well because it's not. I don't think it's applicable. Timbo, will this do a 50% retrace? Well, listen, if you have a daily wick and you manage to be near the 50%, and if it tags into it, you can expect a reaction. Now, I was already a little bit hesitant in this area because of the area where we're in, but I do see us go here. But that's why I feel I'm very careful. Like if we blast with the 50%, that's also really weird behavior because normally you get like a reaction to the downside, especially if we've been going up and we've been going over Asia. But you see, it's not really, I marked it, but I'm also, like I said, I just put a paper trade on just to see, okay, I feel comfortable up to 50%, but I'm not comfortable entering a short from here because I'm like, what is it going to do now? Because I actually don't like it that it hit it at 222. I was actually hoping it will be around 230 because it makes more sense to me time wise because you don't get a reversal around 222. So if we go over 50%, like really, really violently, okay, that's already weird, right? Because, but let's see, it could just go up and then still go down. But this was the only trade I feel comfortable, just 250%, and then like, okay, that was 10 points. Boom. Now I'm just watching again. But you cannot deny, this is a bullish candle. We're bullish, but we could still this could become a bearish candle. Let's look at the 4-hour. You could reject in this wick here. You could reject here. 7-3, 24, 7-3. Yeah, 7-3. Okay, I'm gonna put on another paper trade. I'm just paper trading, guys. Just paper trading. Why? I'm using the 4-hour wick. Okay, Steve, you need to stop. I already told you it's not a dating site. If you're gonna keep on continuing, I don't like that. So I'm not interested. I have a boyfriend. So, but London's been very sporty today. I get the direction. It doesn't move smoothly and it feels straight. Listen, Jay, I was just also we just had a chat with Vincent about the same thing. I have been really almost I want to use the word insecure, and I haven't felt comfortable taking trades on, and I'm just really now also with my the larger distribution, like if you at some point you develop a specific style or your trading identity is built around some model, whatever, it's how it works, right? And I, even though I had a few good ones, but they are, I noticed this week, I was really like, I felt like almost what you are what you are also saying, like nervousness and just very, and I can't explain why. It's either because it feels trappy, but sometimes you just don't know. And like my heartbeat would go up, and just very uncomfortable. And also during the stream, I just didn't even feel comfortable putting a paper trade on. And it's so weird, but you have to listen to it because it's where it's just something is telling you that something is off. And I've let go a lot of moves, and I'm very happy with that. I don't mind. I took I had a monster trade on the day before yesterday. It was 300 points, but it was paper. I didn't, everything was correct. My analysis was correct. And I waited for extra confirmation, and I had literally the full distribution of the 4 hour finally. But it was 300 points, but it was on paper. But that just being able to do that again made me so happy. And it wasn't about the monetary, it wasn't about not capitalizing on, but just reading it properly. That's all I need, and that's what I'm doing right now, also with paper. Just getting back and just getting confidence, and also taking losses again. It doesn't matter, you read something, but I feel you guys. It's I feel the same thing, and yesterday in New York session, I did trade my live account, and I made $300, but it was very in and out more instead of uh, like really getting in, because I still felt that nervousness a little bit. So I thought, oh my God, and the direction was good, but instead of one trade, I did it in 4 or 5 trades, which is still not good enough, but getting back in there. So um, yeah, it's a thing. It is a thing, and Jay, we have the luxury of London giving us the intel, so I'm more than fine, because I lately noticed that if I let London is just my intel, going over data, tape reading, and just not touching my any of my accounts, and then most of the times I do really well in New York. So I'm just gonna stick to that, until I'm really like feel okay, now I feel comfortable again. But we are in a luxury position with having London. But yeah, no, it's been tough. It's been tough. And even though I had a good last week with that one day, but that was New York. I put on 4 minis and I made $8,000. But that was literally, I guess, the only good trade that I had. And there was nothing. There was literally nothing after that. So just one trade in a week, and that made me sort of insecure, I guess, a little bit. And then I missed those large moves, right? There were some really large moves, and then you see people on X, oh, they all call it, and obviously everybody called it. Um, okay, 2:30. Now the question is the 50% of the daily wick going to be the one that's going to win, or the 50% of the 4-hour wick? Yeah, trader X. See here, everybody's. I mean, we should all be honest about it. I mean, we shouldn't be lying about it. And it's good to, when you hear other people having the same thing. And nothing's wrong with us. It's been a difficult market, and it shows you where your limitations are. And those limitations, they make you insecure in the sense of, but I was thinking about it. It just tells me that I don't have the knowledge for the market that has been showing us. And that's because I consider myself, 6 years total, but 3 years ICT. And I don't think I really learned something. Well, I did learn some stuff, but it didn't help me in the sense of building me. It's still a baby technically, right? Like I said, you're just building and you should have different data sets for different markets, but those you cannot have when you just had one market that you literally build your first models with, right? So you have to build different models and different scenarios for different types of markets, but we have to go through those markets to experience them. But it makes me uncomfortable a little bit, because it does make you think, oh my God, is it like, you think you finally have something and then you don't, right? But hey, if you have two payouts in a month, or one good trade, it's still good, right? I mean, think about that. If you're able to still make money, that's also a mindset change. It's okay to not always have to make money, and at least if you are able to preserve capital and make enough to just live off, that's good enough. Yeah. So Wax Graham, mitigation block and GP of yesterday, daily wick. Yeah, we're at the midpoint of the daily wick. We're just over it, but the 4-hour wick is higher. The midpoint. So I'm just sort of like wondering if we're going to or are we going to respect the 50% of the daily wick, which is also midpoint of. If I'm going to be stopped out, I'm going to be stopped out. But it is we sort of like hit I'm interested because what is it going to do now? This was exactly 230, 229. So I wonder if we're going to respect it's most likely a 1/3 level. Let me get out of here. This could be one of these days that we're just going to go up, and people are like, why is it going up all the time? Well, that's because there's a 4-hour wick. Okay, now I think we're still going to go up. Jay, yeah, if you feel like you need to step away, take a break. But I always say, don't take a break in the sense of, I can't make money, I'm not going to watch the markets. Just watch the markets, but don't engage with money. Just paper trade. Still try to get a feel of the market to know what it's doing. I always say people get it because when you just step away because people have a lose evaluations, you're not going to learn if you don't put in the screen time and journal what's happening without putting money on the line. It helps a lot when you don't trade with money on the line. Just tape read, you learn more than just the moment I put a trade on. Even when I put a paper trade on, my mind is already a little bit different. So I really like tape reading without anything on, because then I really look at what is price doing, and is it like so now for me the question is what I'm journaling now. Okay, which wick are we respecting? You would say the daily wick, the 50% of the daily wick has more value than the one at the 4-hour 50%. But you see there's a 0.5 level here. That is a level that I have already marked a few days. Like, okay, well, we need to go there. That's 50% of a range that I calculated, a very high time frame. It's a higher time frame fib level calculated from the first manipulation move that created the move back to the upside. So 0.5 is very important to me, and it matches with the 4-hour wick. So I'm actually now I'm wondering, okay, if we do go here, so that's where the 100 points are, 100 ticks. That means we are respecting now the higher time frame calculation, which is calculated from this manipulation mode. which matches. So I do believe we're going here and we're going to disrespect the 50%. Well, it's not disrespecting 50%. It's just there's just another draw on liquidity or another imbalance. I don't even know if it's liquidity. It's an imbalance, by the way. It's not liquidity. So this gives me, so things like this gives me confidence, like reading, okay, okay, I see 50% of the daily wick, so we're going up. But then I look for hour and then I see, oh, it matches up with my 50% or my 0.5, which is still also in this imbalance and in this wick. So I'm quite confident now we'll go here. It's over 230. We're going higher. We're working our way through this fair value gap, which is not going to be resistance at all. I mean, that's pretty clear now. So we're gonna make a high, London high between 230 and 4. And now we might even go all the way up here. I don't know, 160. Let's see. And do I mind not capitalizing on this? I mean, look how it moves, guys. Do you want to be in a trade like this? It could slam down any moment just to. Oh well, here we go again. You see, it changes. You see how here spotty, and here it's like yesterday almost. It changes. It goes. It leaves no imbalances behind. Let's see if we get a little bit of a wick down and it closes this imbalance. Here it's the same again like yesterday. Spotty after the 150, 210. It changes. Well, we might have the same scenario. Let's see. My love, will you be here at 3 a.m.? Yeah, I'm streaming, so I'll be here. I have two scenarios mapped out. Jay, share them, please. See, we are, all the imbalances are instantly already rebalanced on the way up. So it's just trickling up now. Price went to 1 hour OB and retrace, or price went back to 1 hour swing low. Yeah, it's good to have multiple scenarios. It's good. And then, and also you have to prepare levels. If one works out, if we retrace from that, already calculate levels from that level. So if it happens, then you already have all your levels already set up. That's how I also trade. Then I have different scenarios, A, B, C, and then I have all my levels. Where can we go if where is it going to stop? Where is it going to retrace from? And then you're prepared for those moves. But I even wasn't even able to create my proper scenarios. $15-minute entries. Yeah, so that's also a thing, right? If you are looking into, if you find out you have to work from a different time frame to, I agree with you there as well. And for me, it's the 9-minute as well. 9 and it's just higher, right? And then sometimes just looking at the higher time frame more, even during a trade. Okay, stopped out. Now let's see. What is here? Okay, let's see, because I'm still bullish, to be honest. Still bullish, still bullish. We did go in here. $230 to this could take it could also just go down and go up later on again, because it could take all day to get here, but I do really like this level here, 0.773. And actually even higher here. But question is, are we going to go down for London? 242. We'll wait for the 3 o'clock. What's going to, it would be nice if we have. I'm going to mark this one here. I like you. You are it. Okay. Okay, let's see now. It's too slow also, right, how it moves. Too many false moves. Yes, I agree. False move. Yeah, watch my cat. I have to see if my cat is. I don't want her to attack a cobra. Oh, fight with a cobra. Hold on. Check what she's doing. Oh, she is. Okay, let's do a poll. Actually, I want to enter here. What time is it? 2:46. I still think we're going to go higher. 274. I'm just wondering, we're just going to consolidate here for a while until maybe next macro, maybe even the 315 macro. Gold was beautiful. Oh, it was a beautiful. I just don't like gold anymore. I have to, but it's good to watch it. Hold on. Will London go higher or lower from here? Higher, lower. So I'm gonna go create a London. There we go, guys. Looks like I'm having better. Yes, I have much better weather. Vincent, could this payout this could? Oh, Vincent, are you seeing AMD? I haven't even seen AMD. I'm not even looking for AMD properly anymore. Where do you show me? I have to go to the 15. I want to see 15-minute AMD. Are you looking for a distribution to the downside? Is that what you're looking for? Or the manipulation up? Yeah, so manipulation up to go down. Yeah, but I could see us go all the way up here to above previous day high. So, but, you know, the only thing that confuses me, if we're at 50% of a daily wick, we're not even getting a reaction here right now. So it sort of made me very, it's like, I don't know. I really, I'm just talking. I mean, I can literally, yeah, accumulation, what time frame manipulation. Let's go to the 1 hour. We're just trickling up. Yeah, look at that. Well, so this is the opening range gap of yesterday, right? If you can see. So I always use the higher time frame opening range gaps. I look at the levels, like what have we done? How are we balanced? We have a lot of work to do here. So I do see us go down at some point and rebalance this, but we also need buy side here. So at some point we'll get some sell side and then it will go back up again. But like on the 1 minute, everything will be balanced, but it's not. If you look at the 15 or higher, it's not balanced at all. So this is still an area of interest for me. So once we do go down, there is still a lot to do, below 883, 24,883. Yeah, so Monty, yeah, it's I think it's not so difficult to have better weather than Wyoming in the time of year you're in, right? It must be very cold right now for you. Yeah, we have sun now. It's nice and sunny, but we also had a lot of rain and it's been a little bit weird here as well. A lot of wind and I had a lot of water issues a few weeks back, giving me some stress as well. Um, Let me check the poll. Um, Higher 50, oh, 50-50, guys. That's interesting. Okay, I actually do want to, we're in a macro. So I've got two TPs. I've got 2574, and if we do go higher, 2560. But we could manipulate to the downside or just consolidate and then go up later. So if we're just going to, let's see. There's so many, the levels that we just hit are so significant. Okay, let me have a look at gold. Because we already had some people talking about gold. Let's have a look. Yeah, so let's see if we can manipulate back down here for the time being. Quickly have a look at gold. Oh, I need to do something. 1 hour. Yeah, okay, so market maker model, right? Sell side, buy side. Um, Back to the daily open maybe here. This would have been a nice move back to the opening range gap. Look, the opening range gaps. This is something that gold does all the time. It opens up and it leaves the opening range gaps. So once you have a short and you have many, you write down all those opening range gaps that have been unfilled. I've missed those moves though, but it does it all the time. It just doesn't even go in those opening range gaps, just leave them. And then they go back, and then here they just touches it and go back up. But this is a beautiful area. All the way back to this level. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I haven't been trading gold much. I didn't really. Every time the large moves are in Asia, and then London is really small. Every time, you see, well, this one it would have been better, but it's just it moves a lot during Asia a lot. That is what I've seen lately. And then London and New York were very hard. So at some point I just stopped watching it a little bit. But I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, I do trade New York, but I haven't streamed myself. I actually made yesterday. I made money again in London, not in New York. Not in London. I didn't make any money in London, but I did make money in New York. I was trading by myself, not streaming. I don't really mind if there's no volume or not. If you just know where the drawn liquidity is or where the imbalances are, and it reaches certain levels, and if it's clear and certain times that I don't really care about volume, to be honest. I do care if it doesn't move, if it's slow moving. So, but even though there's low volume, when it reaches a certain level and it's going to spool towards a level of liquidity, it doesn't need volume. It just goes very fast, right? But those moments when there's low volume, those moments just represent itself, don't represent themselves so much. So you really have to wait until specific levels. So for me, what it's telling me, like this level, that 50% level of the daily wick, and the way it's behaving, I'm like, that might not be the drawn liquidity for now because it's not really moving away. It might just retrace a little bit, but then it will continue its move up because it has a different level where it wants to go to. And once it reaches that, and then it might be ready for that move down, then it will still flush down. So they're still, but they are not as much as you really have to wait for them. But they're still there, but just a little bit less. Um, and also now, if you see, for example, if I see price behave in a macro like this, okay, yeah, well, it is 255. We go into okay, obviously we're going down, but look how it's moving, right? So for me, it doesn't really. I don't get interested to really anticipate. So I would rather wait. Let's see what 3 o'clock does. If we get we get the first presented. And we'll see what happens. But if you look at the 4 hour structure here, we could go down into this wick here. Are we going to go all the way down? I wonder if it's going to do that. I wonder. What is the midpoint of this wick here? If we go over here, Maybe we go to the midpoint of this body here. Maybe even here. Let's see. Go down all the way. We'll see. Oh yeah, I want to look at the weekly ranges. I was totally forgot about that. Opening range, TJ. Where are we in the week? Because it's Thursday already, right? Ah, you see that? We are above 20% already. Price always gets dicey. I told you guys as well. Once we get over 20%, between 20% of the weekly high, it doesn't get easier. It gets harder to trade it. And I really don't like it when it's between 20 and 30%. So let's hope it stays above 20%. See, it always consolidates between 20 and 30%. It's down there. So TGIF can happen on Thursday as well, right? So we can go back into the range on Thursday. So let's say we, for example, we take out this high. Like for example, if we do get to this level here and we go back into the range, that is technically already a TGIF, a TGIT. 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 But Monty, to go back to your question about trading, if you mean trading or watching the market, it's two different. I think it's two different things right now. Watching the market, yeah, I always try to at least watch the market, what's happening and what's doing. But I'm very, I really trade a lot less than I used to at this moment, and also far more paper trades than normal trades. I really try to only trade if I really feel okay. I'm really seeing this or this level works for me because of this and that, and I just need more confirmation now because I just don't want to be, also sometimes with these, especially when price, why am I not interested in playing this market when it's moving like this? Because when it's very spotty and moves very slow with it, especially in the macro, you can have these large swings, and then your stop needs to be so large not to be stopped out. And sometimes it just trickles to your level, but you can also have like a big swing suddenly, and then yeah, I love high volatility as well, but it needs to move fast. I like it when it moves fast. I don't like it when it moves slow like this because it's just it could give you, there's an element of surprise when it moves like this because it just wicks you out, and it's just and especially when it leaves. Well, let's see. Now we're back at the 150 to 210 macro. SMT on the 5 minute. Thank you, Vincent. Well, as a distribution trader, I only look at the 15-minute SMT, to be honest. So I do miss some moves, but I don't trust. For me, it doesn't work too much, the lower SMT. But I think we already have SMT with these levels here. Oh, equal, look at that. Oh, are you naughty? Look at that. We made, is it equal? Yeah, it's equal here with this wiki, 18th of February. We got SMT here with 18th of February. And Q made an equal high, and ES took out 18th of February. So there's higher 15-minute SMT with 18th of February. So there was SMT here already, yes. I wouldn't trade. I mean, this is for me untradeable, guy. I don't want to trade. I wouldn't also not trade in this area here. Look what it left behind here, around this 50% level. I need to check. Some light and darkness. You see how after 3 a.m. they're not even printing a first presented on the 1 minute? Oh, we got a first presented here. Oh, look at that. I guess this will be the move up again. Are we going to go up? I think it's going to go back up now. I'm not, what are you doing? It's a very small first presented. Let's see if it respects it. There's nothing. Jay, if it goes higher than if you have a small rejection from a 0.5 of a daily wick, it's not going to be a manipulation up. There will be a continuation up. If it's not really reacting, if you don't have a full reversal at a 50% level, it's not one manipulation up. You're going to have a lot more upside. So either we reverse here, which I just don't see. I just don't see. We could reverse here totally because it's Thursday, right? I mean, Thursday could be. We have a Wednesday high. Look, we did go into this river. I could be totally wrong with my analysis and that we don't go up, but I think we're going to go up here today and then go down. I think we're going to take a little bit more liquidity before we go up, but I think it's going to take its time. But on the other hand, look here as well. You know, it could be enough. Just this little one here for now, and then. But it doesn't look like it's really rejected. I don't see a full reversal yet. I just don't. And also you have to understand you are above 20% and the weekly high. It already did the manipulate. It already consolidated a lot here, and this is not really like. I mean, it's just I don't know. Let's see. Once we get over that 50% of the wick again, I think we're good to go. I would anticipate. I would enter my long entry again. Maybe even here. I do like it. I'm gonna go paper trade it again. I don't think we're gonna get more of. I'm a little bit early because I actually want the 50%. But I have to join. If I'm early, I'm early. That means I'm having FOMO, right? Even though I'm just paper trading, I still feel FOMO. But I really like this level. If once we go, we go. 157. 157. Again, I can't. I just cannot go for smaller trades. It's something in me. 157. I know it's a little bit too much. Yeah, there we go. It's my fucking trade. Can't even show it the full trade. Okay, now go over that 50%. Come on. Hey, Extonia. Hello, hello. It really needs to go over this level now. Come on, you can do it. Okay. Okay, so wants to go straight up and prove me wrong. Hey, this is a very tricky area. I keep saying it, so that's why I'm not putting any money on the line. Again, I will show you on the 4-hour, and it's normally bearish breaker, bullish breaker. Activation of the bullish breaker is retesting the bearish breaker. So it's going to be back and forth a lot until one of the two breaks. But even though it goes up here, we're still in the, why do I choose this level? Because we're still in the bearish breaker here. Still around 50%. So, and this levels up with a few other confluence that I have. I'm going to bring it down to 150. Maybe I should just bring it down to 100 previous day high. That's it. Oh man, I'm not going to do it anymore. It's enough. 100 points. Don't get greedy. It's not going to, I mean, I know already for a fact it's not going to be it's going to be high resistance up here all the way. It's going to be very nasty. Okay, so we're above the 50% of the daily wicker again. 312. I don't know if it wants to go straight up. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if we go lower again and then just consolidate maybe, or even go a little bit lower. I have no idea, to be honest. And I would rather wait until it reaches one of those levels that I've marked, just let it work its way through, and then see what New York, if New York gives cleaner price action. Just journaling what things are doing around the time. Um, So we are not going lower than the 150 to 210 macro, so that's still bullish for me. Um, this level, the 75, is actually should be enough. I mean, I'm just going to take it to 75 and then I reassess, because this is a little bit, this is too much for a day like this. This is ridiculous. Come on, don't be like that. This should be enough. Is it 0.5 level? It has three. I've got three confluences here. Boom, boom, boom. And then I go for a higher level, and then it reaches that level, and then it goes all the way back, and then I don't have anything. I like this level, but maybe this one will be 350 to 2410 macro. Oh, it's getting hot. I'm gonna put a fan on, guys. It's a little bit. Oh, hold on. Where are my cats? Oh, I'm a little bit worried about my cat chasing the cobra. I already had, where I'm in Hootsprout. We have the spit. We don't have spitting cobras here. We have the forest cobras, but the spitting cobras. I've been to the doctor with both of them already twice because they got spit in the eyes. Um, they're fine. I mean, it's I'm already used to the whole procedure. But with the other cobra, I mean, it's not spit, but they if they bite them, they're dead. So with the spit, it's just I have to take care of the eyes, and then it's all doesn't give any problems. Okay, let's go. Go, 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 go. Who is with me on the? Oh, let me look at the poll again. Um, well, London go 50-50 still. Okay, 50-50. Who's? Come on, guys, vote. We need like it needs to be different. We want one of the two needs to be right and wrong. No, just joking. Okay, 72. I think I might even might going in on my account. Okay, 319. Let's see if we can get the run in 20 to 40. Higher, 54. Okay, higher, higher. Yeah, I'm with the obviously. Well, you can see my trade. So it will be weird if I say no. I think we're gonna go lower. So I believe we're gonna make one more higher. Well, I've got two levels, so two TPs that I have in mind, and I'm not sure at the moment yet. So one is here, and TP2 will be here. 2,575. If we continue to go up, I'll re-enter for another trade for 157. So it's 100 point more. But I just wonder if we're going, because the wick here, I wonder if that will be the point of rejection for London, or not. Hey Goran, how are you? I'm actually in my. I did enter on my account, um, just up to that level, 2,575. Same trade. Only question that I want you is it isn't going to take the next macro, or it's going to take that out. Or are you gonna run? Run, 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 run. Doo-doo-doo-doo-dum, doo-doo-doo-dum. You know this works. Um, pum, pum. This is to be expected in this area. Like I said, it's going to be just back and forth, back and forth. I want to be stopped out sooner, that I'll re-enter again. I want to be in profit. I did that with the other one as well. Hello, Mr. Chaos Factor. This is still, I would re-enter again and again and again until I got it right. But I still think it's going up. But maybe the next macro, 350 to 410. Maybe it will go down here all the way, and then we'll see. 321. Three 330, 330, 330. If we go below the midpoint, it will invalidate my trade for now. I just don't want to be in it because then I know I have to really wait. If it doesn't run after 3:30, I will have to wait until the next macro, and I don't want to wait until the next, and then I'll really re-enter. Either it goes at 3:30, or if it flutters around this area around this time, I don't want to be in it. Then I'll just re-enter around 3:50ish again. Maybe I'll have a better entry from here because we're just consolidating, right? Unless it starts running now, then I'm good to go with this one. What time is it? 3:30. Good. Okay, I like it. I like it. Mm, Now push, 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 push. Give us some power, 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 power. Oh, I hate this area. This is always a nasty area. I mean, there it goes. It touched the first presented fair value gap. Let's see how it responds here. Okay. $350 macro. Let's see what it's going to do. See if it wants to go all the way back here. See how the 15-minute looks. Ugly. It's consolidating. 15 minutes. This was the first presented in London here. You have a small gap here. The one So I wouldn't be surprised if it would go all the way here into that gap here. I'll take a long from here again. Okay, we're going to go to 208, have the 10 points to here, 40. There's a little gap here on the 1 hour, so we're going to get a wick in this. There we go. Here. Anyone take that short? There we go. You're short, yeah. What's your TP? What's your where are you gonna hold it to? I don't see any on the 1 hour. I don't see anything where I would like to play it to be honest. Um, this was my only and this was my only TP. I would take a long from here. I'm just gonna take another long. Why? Because I could have a very small stop loss here. It's a bit risky. It's paper trading it. Um, I'll put a little bit lower. 343. I don't like the time too much, but so, I think I should put it below this one. 73. Still 2R. It's a bit risky, but I don't see any. We don't have any inefficiencies on the 1 hour, and we do have levels up more up than higher. So I'm just sort of like we retested this. I don't like the time though, but we'll see. Am I missing something here? Okay. It's hard to read with all these wicks, to be honest. It could mitigate all the way up to here, but then 445. Yeah, I'm missing something. It could just slam all the way down and go into these because there's more here, but then it really would go. Could. I mean, it's so early. It's still 46. Yeah, it's gonna go low and then go back up. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. Oops. 903 now. As stop loss now. The ES. Well, we hit it 50% of the daily wick, so let's see. 358. You got the short, just Haney. Well done. Oh, Jay, I find it so childish if people say, "Oh, you see how I say it," and um, good for you if you have a good trade, but it's not like, oh, I hope you take. I hope you take the short. But guys, please don't try to. If you have one good analysis, don't pretend like you know it all. It's not how we do it here. I'm happy, Jay, if you had it, but you gave your analysis. You're right, but don't. I mean, it's so childish. I mean, you see what I say? I say I told you so. Don't do that here. I don't do that either. If I'm right, I don't tell you guys either. Oh, you see, guys, I'm right. Yes, but Jay, you said it, and it's a. But don't be so childish. Like, oh, I told you so. You see, I told. We know you said it, and I love it that you give your analysis. But I don't do the same. If I'm right, I don't go back. Oh, you guys saw it. It is very childish. We read it. I know, and I'm happy if you took it. Yes, you are. If you go back and say, oh, you see what I said is right, you are doing exactly that. And you're giving the energy like, oh, you want to make sure that we all know that you were right. But you don't do that when you're wrong. I don't hear that from people. So I'm happy if people have it right. And if I don't care. But I hate it when people come back in the chat and say, oh, you see what I said is right. Yeah, because one time you're right and maybe 10 times you're wrong. And just don't do that, guys. You guys, you know that it's not how we roll here. I don't do that either. Okay, went all the way back to midnight. I did not expect that move, to be honest. But again, 50% of the daily wick. Again, I don't think maybe that is the mistake that I made. Right? If we hit 50% of the daily wick, it has a higher value than the 4-hour wick. So I was waiting for the 4-hour wick, but I guess we just had more time of manipulation above it, and then we had to move down. Put it out, Mr. Chaos Factor. You can go get yourself a nice steak. I know, Miss Just Haney is. Oh, you got a 2R? And also, Jay, something you said that there's no volume. I'm going to step away because there's no volume. I mean, it's very contradicting, and it's one of the two scenarios that worked out. So, when we have 3 or 4 scenarios, there's always one working out if you treat them well. But anyway, what do you mean? Yeah, Mr. K. Yeah, you can go get yourself a nice. I don't know. Maybe you're vegetarian, but I'm a pescatarian, by the way. But I said a stake, but yeah, I think you were in the short, right? Hey, Vincent, you took the short as well. You know, I think the 50% of the daily wick was also very important, right? But it just went a little bit higher than that. And it also went to 75% of the wick here exactly. Seven oh two level here. I still don't, for me, I still don't, uh, I still wouldn't have taken it, I think, even though I of this week. I still aim for the long. I got a 4 RR, but yeah, I took 50. Yeah, good. Okay, let's see. Are we going to go back to the daily open and wax cream? I reversed at 702 of the wick. Sorry, 707. 702 is actually correct. 707 is wrong. 702 should be your level. I was in New York, which is New York rate from 7 to 10. It depends. It's just Haney. It just depends on. I don't do well in London nowadays. I don't feel comfortable trading it. I do better in New York, but specifically after 10 o'clock. But sometimes pre-market, and sometimes it's just really at the open. But London, I mean, I didn't like the way it was moving here, and also in the macro. I'm very, I use the time a lot, and for me, it was just, I just don't like this area, to be honest. But hey, listen, it's moving, and if you got it, I'm happy for you guys. But London is not my favorite session to trade, I guess. But I do like to tape read it, but it's not my favorite session to trade. My favorite session is either the opening itself, the 9:30, but I don't want any distractions there. And then yesterday I had some good moves after. I do like lunch as well. I know a lot of people don't like lunch and the PM session because you have a lot of data already, right? But London is just, I don't know. Lately I just don't feel London that well. I don't like it. I just don't like the way it moves, and then suddenly it moves. But I don't know. Um, so you guys are referring to AMD, but I don't really see a clear AMD. I am. I'm actually thinking this is the manipulation, and the distribution is going to be to the upside. Um, I don't see AMD. You see, this is the M, this is the D. Is that what you're saying? Is that Vincent? I'm just curious. Is this the AMD? Could you? Do you consider this the accumulation, manipulation, distribution? Because if it's, well, it does make sense if we have the distribution, then I would say then we're going to go much lower. But for our bearish FPT, so if I look at the 4 hour, I think we're still on the buy side of the curve. The only problem is, like I said, guys, we have a bullish fair value gap, a bullish breaker here, and a bearish here. So the moment you get into here, a lot of people will be tricked because they think, oh, we're bearish now. But the thing is, you're going back and forth between these two breakers. So retesting this one, so you're retesting the bear, so you go down, but then you're going to retest this bullish breaker again. So this is always a very tricky area, and that's why I'm very hesitant to trade this, and also with larger moves. So, but Vincent, could you? I just want to know what you consider the AMD, because I find it really difficult to. Yeah, I see accumulation, manipulation, and then but if it's going to be distribution, this is balanced on the 15-minute, right? We don't have any imbalances here. We have one imbalance here. But then for me, distribution is away from the area where we consolidated, but we're back in consolidation. We really need to go below it. And I just see we're still going higher. I mean, I don't see we're going bearish yet. So higher, I just wonder if this is, because I don't consider this distribution if we just go into the range here. I would maybe see this is more the manipulation move. So I would want it to go a little bit lower, and then we have the true distribution to the upside. That's how I'm reading it. I could be wrong. We do have equal lows here. Um, but we have some wicks here on the 4 hour as well. Like, are we going to take these? We went in. Well, we did go into this wick, so we could. But now we're in this wick. Are we going to go in this wick now here, all the way down? Could be. We do have. Remember that 4 hour. But are we going to do it now? We do have. We do need sell side here. I don't know. I just see. I'm just seeing accumulation. That's what I'm just seeing back and forth, back and forth. So we can go into this week somewhere. It's Thursday, so I'm targeting those equal lows Asia yesterday to complete my AMD setup. Vincent, would you mind sharing your A? I would love to see. Could you post it in the Discord? Because I just really would love to see what you're seeing. Hey, listen, I'm craving for a good AMD, but Asia low. Okay, we're in a macro, by the way. Yeah, I guess Asia's low is on the menu, right? We've got a nice imbalance here as well. 931 here, daily open. Did you take it from all the top? Taylev, I put the link in the chat. I pinned it. Vincent, did you take the trade from all the way from the top? Okay, let's see if we can take the daily open, or is it going to do it after the macro? Five-minute accumulation that 50-minute respecting the 50-minute Wednesday, 1350. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, the 50% of the daily wick should have been. I said it as well. It's normally it always gives a very strong reaction there, right? If you're able to catch 50% of a daily wick. There we go. That's what this market does to me. I always think it's going to trick me now because and then you have something that really works, which is normal, and you just disrespect it. It's crazy, actually, thinking about it. Yeah, 50% of the daily wick was a no. Was just stupid to disrespect that. Even though we went up a little bit, it's normal that we do that, right? We don't really respond straight away at it. Oh well, oh well. Thanks, 808 Adventures. Oh well, oh well. Okay, I guess it's gonna leave those equal lows at Asia on the MNQ. I see. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. And also, remember this SMT that we had on the 15-minute? That was also very okay. Let's go over the setup. Even though it's higher time frame consolidation, it was still a good move. Let's go over. It hit 75% exactly of this wick. Now I can't remember what that wick is, but it's working. Plus we went over 50% here of the daily wick. Then we just futzed around. We had 15-minute SMT. This was the SMT here with that Wednesday. What was it? Yeah, at 3:15 that was the SMT here. 3:15 it was SMT. We also went into this area here. Also, another here at 3:22, we didn't go over the first presented anymore. We it didn't it wicked above it, and then it went, and then this one here at 3:29 did not even go above it anymore. Then we started going down. 2:22, yeah. And because it respected, yeah, I don't know if you saw a confluence, yeah. Um, yeah, so this whole area above that 50%, this was all time distortion, literally, a little bit. But it did respect the 320, 320. You see this 222, 322. You see, listen, talking about time and little things that are very algorithmic. What time did it hit 0.5 of the daily wick? 2.22. What time did it hit the top of that first presented? And it didn't go any higher. 22. An hour later, exactly 322. And this was also the wick that gave the SMT. At 22 we had that SMT, and at 222, 223 we were around that 50% of the wick. So exactly 1 hour later we hit the top. And we went down from there. Yeah, there are so many confluences. I mean, in hindsight, there were so many confluences, guys. There were. Um, the only thing that so Vincent, where did you enter? See where you entered. I can't remember. But anyway, just wondering where I think 330 should have been the entry to the downside with these confluences. But hey, again, I was still thinking it would go up to that 50% of that 4 hour wick. But a daily wick 50% is always stronger than a 4 hour 50% wick. Um, but I guess I thought it would be different this time. I don't know. Very stupid of me. Oh, Vincent, you're number one today on the chat. You're number one. You're numero uno. Okay, let's see if it's going to go further down. I guess Asia low would be the best target, right, for now? Or are you guys having a lower target? Let's, you have a little gap here, 932. You could go back into this fair value gap and then take it out maybe later on, or is it going to take it out now? Hey, it is Thursday. Yeah, well, we all know what's going to happen, right? The question is when. The question is when. That's more, I think, I'm asking myself is like, okay, when? Um, we could see much lower prices. Well, don't be surprised. Sometimes when there is things like that, we can also see price going exactly the opposite way, right? I targeted 70 points, but held to 100 points. Well done. Well, all you guys, everyone who took the short, well done. And also because I was framing along. See, I love it that you guys are, you know, just doing whatever you feel like doing it and sharing it. Um, hey, I noticed today that the guys that did well today are the guys that were actually saying that you were struggling with your setups and were having troubles, and um, you guys nailed it. So I guess you got your confidence back. Yeah, Wednesday. So when we have Wednesday high of week, and in London already starts going down, a lot of the times we will have a down day and a nice distribution day to the downside. Um, so I actually thought that we might go one leg higher. So to the 4 hour 50% wick, but obviously, again, guys, write it down. When you have two 50% wicks daily, and the daily obviously has a higher And then it's a 4 hour, just the 1/3, for example, right? You will see if you look at the 4 hour, there will be a beautiful level, most likely as well. Let's have a look, by the way. So this was a 4 hour wick here. Look, it went exactly to a quarter, exactly to a quarter. Boom, here, and not the 50. So yeah, Vincent, enjoy your breakfast. Yeah, you can have some nice breakfast. You owned it, you earned it, and I hope you have your confidence back with your AMD. I'll get it back in New York. For some reason, London doesn't work for me. I guess maybe I need more coffee or something. I don't know. I just don't do well in London lately. But yeah, it's just Haney. I think a lot of the times when we have a Wednesday high, we reverse, right, and we have a nice distribution day to the downside. So, and it sucks if I have to miss them if I can't frame my trades correctly, because actually you want to position yourself in London and ride it out the whole day. Um, Now, the only thing that I'm just, if I look at this setup, I'm just, the only thing I don't like is sort of like, I see continue, it's just Haney, just, don't you see continue a reversal here on this, on the low though? That's the only thing that confuses me for really to frame. I still see continue. I just, I don't know. I mean, the candle 1, 2, the candle 3 structure here. We did go into this fair value gap, but we could also go higher into this wick. So, um, we've got some highs here as well. Well, let's see. Look, we have unfinished business here, definitely. So I do see a short. If we do go down, I definitely have targets and besides liquidity, also imbalances from old opening range gaps and walks as well. I believe. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. I know there's a lot here. I'm going to take some things off, but let's go to the N walks. I'm going to go on the 4 hour. Oh, here, look, we have another. Yeah, Wednesday we went exactly here. We have nothing to balance in the N walks, but uh, bum, bum, bum. Okay, we need buy side here. I don't know. I'm just, Vincent, I'm a little bit. I see bullish structure here on the 4 hour, and I still believe we're on the buy side of the curve. But the only thing, like I said, if you consider this a 4 hour breaker, we have the bearish breaker here. So that's why I expect some manipulation moves, thinking that you go down and it just goes into the wick and then goes back up. So we are just going back and forth. So I'm just not sure today about the low, or we're just going to manipulate to the downside and stay here, and then I don't know, maybe we'll just create a lot of higher time frame consolidation. But hey guys, the move was awesome, even though I did not see it properly. But I'm very proud of you guys. Very proud. Um, I might have another 300-point move in New York, but then this time not on paper. No. So what I'm thinking, that we consolidate here, maybe manipulate a little bit more into these weekend. I still can't let go of these higher levels and then go down. So let's say manipulate to the upside to go down again, something like that. I don't know. Let me see. I do see that we could go all the way into this. If we do go down, we're going to fill this whole opening range gap. Let me put on some more. I want to see what else do we have to do. I'm going to enter 2, 3 on the 4 hour. I just want to see what we have. Also, we lack sell side here. Um, okay, a lot of unfinished business to the downside. Yeah, this one is for significance. This little one not, but this one is. Mr. I'm going to scalp a little bit my volume strategy. Oh, what do I see? What do you see? What do you see? What do you see? Okay, so I'll be trading my live account, my Edge Clear account. So I just want to point out that the deal that I made with Edge Clear is so this is literally only for non-US citizens. So anyone who wants to trade an own account and doesn't have an own account, I would advise you to get your own. But I work with Edge Clear and I've been working with them, and I would really like to emphasize the high quality of support that I have gotten throughout the years. And yeah, Asia got taken out. Yeah, Asia was taken out just now. I think on wasn't it taken out on NQ as well? Let me see. Go back. Yeah, NQ took it out as well. But So what I managed to do, because you won't see me reference any prop anything, but this I think is really, especially considering what's going on in the prop firm space. If you are able to start your own account with $1,000 or $1,200, you can already start your MNQ account, trade NQ or micros, and I managed to arrange a deal for 10% discount on commissions and 20% discount on minis and 10 on micros. And the more numbers I get, the better I can obviously I can negotiate. But this is just a start because I'm still small. But because I'm working with them already, I thought, I trust them. You've got one person, your own support, your own account manager. So I can highly, 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 highly recommend them. But this is also for me as being a digital nomad. And you want a normal, a trustworthy broker that is under U.S. regulations, they are it. So just want to point that out for anyone who's interested. Um, Feel free to use my link. But yesterday I traded it, and I haven't traded it live yet on the during the stream, but I will start doing that because I really want to show and make the case you can have a good, you can really build, you can build a buffer, you can have trade it your own way, but you have to have good risk management. You really have to be very risk averse, and especially when you start very small, right? If you have $1,000, you won't be able to trade with more than one micro. But I made yesterday in New York $300 with just one micro. So I'm just saying it's still possible, right? So yeah. So Mr. Chaos Factor, what do you see? I need to go. I'll be right back, guys. I need to go to the bathroom quickly. I need to check on my cats because I don't want them to chase a cobra. See where they are. I see a lot of volume under us, but also cluster that show me resistance. So I wanna gonna wait a little. Yeah. Well, I also see a lot of unfinished business down there, and it's Wednesday, so we could have a low. You know, we had a Wednesday high. A lot of the time on a Wednesday high, we just go down. We have a down day, which makes sense. So, um, look, it looks like we're going to maybe leave this area as well on the 4 hour. We might have a distribution to the downside. Um, what time is it? 4:33. 9:11. Oh, 9:11. So we're creating a lot of, if you look up here, it looks very nice right now. So we got a lot of like a beautiful area here. So I would see if it goes a little bit lower and then it goes back here and then maybe back down again, maybe. Because we have, Is it a futures? Yeah, it's a futures. Yeah, they are futures. They are specialized in a futures broker, but the Edge Clear is they're mainly futures broker, but they are US based, but they also are I think one of the few ones that are that do for foreign international brokerage. So they provide also the same service to non-US residents. So it's a little bit a different contract, but it's still the same. I never really realized it because I just, I found them and I worked with them. But I never really, it was suddenly I got a lot of questions all the time, like, oh, what's your broker? And I never realized actually how difficult it is for a non-US resident to find a US-based broker. So, but is Ninja Trader a broker? I'm just curious. Yeah, no, but they have a lot of integration. So now I finally managed to get the. Oh, look at that! So we're at 7:02. Let's see, we're gonna spike up here. Let's see. Okay, let's see. We're gonna go lower. Well, hey, Mr. Chaos Factor, you said it, and the strength came in. I think you typed it, and then it says, "I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna prove you wrong." What are you saying? I don't have any strength. I'll show you. You with your futures only. Yeah, I think they're futures only. I believe so. I only trade futures. I actually don't even know if they offer stocks, but I think they're a futures broker. Yeah, but it's just saying you are from the U.S. or Canada, right? If I'm not mistaken. So the advantage of the commissions doesn't apply for U.S. citizens, or it's just sort of like because I'm in this position, they thought, oh, that might be a good, yeah. So you could still use my link, but it doesn't give you any advantage, or me neither. Oh, you can trade Ninja Trader as a broker too. I didn't know that. Oh, interesting. But what are the commissions? Well, for free. I mean, if you're interested, I've got one. I've got one personal. I only correspond with one person, and even though it was funny when I started, that's why I really like them. I had one person, and that's my go-to. And when I started really small with them, I thought, okay, they give you the same service, but the only thing is, if you have high volume, you can negotiate even uh, better rates with them. So they're very open, but you just deal with one person, and I think that's awesome. Even it doesn't matter how small you are or how big, and the more you trade, then you just negotiate with them better terms. But I'm just happy to be able to negotiate something that I really think could benefit people in the sense of just pushing prop firms. I will make much more money if I would push prop firms, but I'm not going to do that. But that's new to me for about Ninja Trader. It's interesting to know. Yeah, Ninja Trader is awesome. I mean, we love Ninja Trader, and we love Tradeovate and TradingView. But also, I mean, I think Ninja Trader offers that as well, right? That you can integrate with all platforms. Well, that's the same with Edge Clear. You can integrate it with TradingView, with Rhythmic. I think they have every Quant Tower, everything. Ooh, Freighter Redux. I think well, I think with most plans I can beat. I think what we have already negotiated. I believe that I could beat that with my link. Um, okay, data. Yeah. I always say before signing up, do your due diligence. If you want to get in touch and ask questions before signing up, that's always a good thing. Just don't sign up without knowing anything. Whatever anyone says, you have to figure it out yourself first. But it doesn't sound too bad. But I think I have better rates for most of the plans, to be honest. The lifetime one sounds really good though. But the standard is a little bit high for me, I would say. No, I don't use Bookmap. No. You do you? Do you use Bookmap? Okay, we're below 702. So it's just Haney, you know, if we can position ourselves in London, that's something I still haven't managed to do, in all honesty. That is my next step. Well, I first want to get my confidence back to just have my, trade the proper larger distribution candles. But next step for me is that I really want to do is position myself in London on continuation days, being able to identify them. So most likely that will be after a Wednesday high, obviously, then it's the highest chance to have a continuation days to the either upside or downside in the opposite direction. And position yourself in London and let it ride the whole day. So you sit through obviously a retracement back, but because you already positioned yourself in London, you are okay to, it won't go over your level most likely because New York will be a continuation, right? So it's just Haney. You think it's going to be a continuation days to the downside today, right? Because we have the Wednesday high is in. Now, even though Wednesday high is in, we could still go to 50% here, but I don't see that now with this candle, to be honest. But we'll see. Yeah, you could hold to Friday. Well, with prop firms, you can't. I don't even know if I can do that with. I guess I could do that with my own account. I just don't like to hold overnight. I just want to hold just the whole day, just until 11 a.m. for some. But not the. I don't want to go to bed with the trade on. I guess. Okay, are we gonna go now to take out these lows? We respected the 4 hour. Where are we here? Yeah, we're dropping. We are below the 50% already, so I guess we're gonna take out these lows. Oh, we are resisting. No, prop you can't, but yes, yeah. Yeah, so that's why, I mean, if people that want to do that, it's always better. You don't have any rules and you can just trade whatever you want. Um, so it's just Haney. So do you leave them trades on? So you swing trade literally as well. So you swing trade. You leave it overnight sometimes. Okay, so for the pool, we said higher or lower. Technically, we had both, right? London, we had a high, and we also have a we have a low. But London high was here, and then after 4 o'clock we went down. But technically, we can say the real move was here. So everybody won, higher and lower. Well done. Yeah, okay, so this is my, okay, number one is getting my confidence back in my larger distribution trades, really getting, I used to have them at least 2 or 3 per week, right? And now I have, like, if I have one, I'm really happy. But that is number one, get back into my old rhythm. Then number two is positioning myself in London and letting it ride the whole day. That is number two I will be working on. No, and another thing is stop loss placement in my larger moves as well. So first one, getting confidence back in my distribution moves. Now this 2 a.m. distribution move, I mean, when you have the luxury of 50% being hit during London, it's actually a shame not to take it, right? I mean, I should have been in it. I'm thinking of something now. Hold on. If we're going to trade down all the way to 667-ish or here, I think we're going to get another continuation. Like, okay, I can't. I'm not going to enter this 4 hour candle anymore. I mean, that one is gone for me. The distribution move is too far. I mean, it's still 1 more hour to go, but I'm going to let it go. But will we get a retracement back up here to go further back down? I don't know. Who thinks we're going to do that? Are we going to get a continuation? So the 6 to 10 might be a continuation to the downside. So we have a distribution candle, then the 6 to 10 is going to be a distribution candle as well. Or the 10 to 2 is going to be the distribution. So we really have to be vigilant. I'm not going to trade anything of this candle anymore. 007, if price trades back into the 24.6, 24.612 again. Yeah, I see. I like that because you have those levels and they keep, if it doesn't hit it once, the next day it's okay, but you keep on. At some point it will hit those levels. I have 612 here as well. I've got 606 here as a level that I like. So for me it's this level here. I'm hoping for a long at 858. I'll be I mean, we're very bearish now. I wouldn't. You're you're in a distribution candle to the downside, Wags. Now, obviously, at some point, you have a retracement. Sometimes, you get like TGIF. It goes, you have a retracement into the candle, but it's clearly we're still distributing lower. So I would be really, really careful. Watch the 1 hour. I mean, maybe in the macro, the end, you might have a little bit of retracement back to the upside, right? And then a continuation, maybe longer. But we're definitely in a 4 hour distribution candle. And if you look at the 1 hour, we could have a little bit, because we could have a little bit of the next macro, that the first part could be to the upside, right? Because you always get a wick. But I wouldn't be too I mean, for me to play long, I really would like to see a 15-minute change in the state of delivery or something like that. I really would want to wait for that, but yeah, use the levels on this 4-hour wick and see where it stops, right? 829, I like this level. 831. Yeah, I marked this fair value gap as well here. So um, I think it's just a stop. So this 1-hour candle will most likely create a wick to end with a wick. So it will go up a little bit, but let's see. Once you get the next 4-hour, the 1-hour candle, you want to see what it's going to do, right? It did take out liquidity here. You will see a move up most likely because of the end of the 1-hour candle it's coming. Yeah, so like if you're a scalper, you just use the logic, the 1-hour candle, we're at the end. We hit a first presented fair value gap here. We are in another fair value gap that I marked. So obviously you'll get a move to the upside, right? To finalize the OHLC of the 1-hour candle, but you want to be vigilant. Like don't be too greedy. Just take the move up, scalp it. Um, it's also a volume imbalance that I marked here. Yeah, I would also like reposition myself, see where it goes, and then see if we're going to get if the 6 to 10 is going to be a continuation of the down movement. We're at one candle here. Oh, hold on, this is 1 hour. Let's go to the 4-hour. We'll see after 5 o'clock. I might also join for a short. Let's see how it presents itself. If um 835. So, okay, so it stops here. Um, I might start positioning myself in this area already. See, if it wants to go over this level here. This is an old, I think an old London. I think an old London one that I marked. I didn't mark it properly. Let me see. Yeah, London. I don't think it will go over this one. This was the London. This they used this one of 18th of February. Wow, you go. You're not valid anymore. You want to wait until 5 o'clock, right? Because then you want the 1 hour candle to be finished. So you know you want to. So if you want to go long, you just want to play the 1 hour candle here, right? Just want to see, okay, what's 1 hour candle doing? Obviously, it's going to create a little wick, or you want it. Sometimes it does not, but most of the time we'll get a wick. So you just want to create the OHLC, right? The open, high, low, and this difference. It's actually the opposite of what we do when we distribute, right? We want to play the open, the difference between the open and the low or the high, right? And you can also play it the other way around. Like, okay, I'll take it from the low up to where the wick where the close will be. So it's just the opposite from distribute. Well, you don't play the distribution, but you just play the low to the close instead of the open to the. So what Wax Graham, I would be worried about these here. These are the only ones that worry me. So I'm thinking, like, what if we are not going to have a continuation now? We go up all the way up to here, and then, but if you positioned yourself all the way here, it's fine, right? I mean, you don't care if it goes up here. So where did you enter, Wax? Where was your where's your entry? Look, the open is here, so I don't think we're going to go all the way back, right? Because that means this candle won't be a bearish candle, but maybe no, I don't think so. We're going to get continuation. Didn't you guys think we're going to get continuation? Looks like continuation, right? Okay, almost 5 o'clock. There's no breaker here, nothing. It looks very weak. But let's see if it wants to go up here in this area, then go down. I'm going to wait till after 5 o'clock, I guess. See how the 1 hour is going to end. So we're here. There we go. New 1 hour candle coming. Let's see if it wants to manipulate to the upside a little bit, create a little wick. This is not really a battle. This is just normal candle forming, open, high, low, close. Um, let's wait until 5 past 5. Let's see if we can get. Let's see if we can get some little bit of movement to the upside. Or not. If it just goes down straight away from the open, it's very hard for me to trade it because I really want to. I always try to find an entry between the open and the. If it's forming a wick, right? Yeah, if you want, I want to see a little wick. Exactly. You want to see the wick. That's a manipulation, right? And you want to enter between the wick and the open if you're bearish. But for me, it's always hard. I always struggle, especially with the 4 hour, 10 o'clock as well. When we enter like this and we go straight down, because I always use this manipulation as my entry, or I look for an entry. And sometimes if I don't see it, I wait until it goes back to the open price. But if it doesn't do that, I'm always struggling to find a proper entry. But let's see. And my aim will be, I guess, the 50%, 838, I guess. But it's too, I think it's going to go lower. I think I should use 838. So Wall Street, I am from the Netherlands, but behind me are South African trees and South African birds, and I live in South Africa now. But I'm originally from the Netherlands. Mm. Oh my God, I can't even enter. Look at that. Wow, you see that, guys? I don't want to be in that. I wouldn't like that to the downside also. That already makes me very, yeah, exactly. Yeah, 007, exactly. When you start guessing, when you don't know or you just don't feel confident, you don't trade. You can, well, you don't have to close your laptop. You can watch, but you don't trade. Um, you don't want to put money on the line. You just pay either paper trade, yeah, or you just, but do not, if, yeah, don't start just trading like to see what happens. I mean, I did that. Like, you know what? I'm not sure, but let's see what happens. It never works out with me. Those are the candles you buy. Well, Bowser, I would think that as well, but lately I've also seen that they go in the direction that you think they manipulate to. I don't know if you noticed that. That got me a few times. So that also, like for example, you would think you would buy it, right? But I still think it's a short. So, hey, well, Monty, you are very wrong about the long legs. I'm really, really small, and I've actually got very small legs. So, but no, I'm totally don't look Dutch. I'm actually, I've got Asian blood. We're very mixed in the Netherlands, but I don't have the long legs, so you're wrong there. I wish I had longer legs. I always had to, when I buy pens, I had to go to someone to make them shorter. So I wish it was true, but anyway. So Bowser, you know, this is one of those things now that make me insecure. Like I would, you do look tall. Do I? Oh, really? Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Oh, really? I really. Wow. Okay, I love this stream. That's awesome because I'm actually. If I tell you my height, you'll be surprised. Because the funny thing is, I used to wear a lot of high heels back in the day when I had a job, and every time, and then I would sometimes, you know, when they see me and sneeze, they're like, "Oh my God, you're so small!" Actually, people are always like, I do come across tall. I guess it's the way I dress. But when they were like, "Oh," when we were at the gym or when we were just, you know, on the beach, they were like, "Huh, you're actually really tiny." I'm like, "Yeah, hell yeah." Really? Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Well, let's keep it that way, guys. I'm not. Let's not spoil the. Let's not spoil it. Okay, I'm very tall. My dream's coming true. I never knew that my dream would come true by just starting uh, the YouTube channel. But you see, Bowser, how it's like really like sort of like you would think it would go up, right? And normally we would buy those, manipulate because you would think it's IOFOD, right? But it's not. I mean, it's just a FU. It's just FU. F more people out of their position because they know, you know, Basel, it's because of you. The prop firms are onto you. They know you think that way now, so now they're trying to get their money back. So let's see. Where's 505? Okay, we left a little gap on the 1 hour. I think we're going to continue down, right? Or are we just going to. Take it where you can. Right, I'm in my mid and 6.3 at 300 with a hair a little bit longer than you. You're very funny. I like you. Oh. 6.3 is big, right? It's large. I mean, are we talking centimeters? So 300 with hair a little bit longer than yours. 73. Is that your year? 73. Well, it's actually really funny that always people thought I was longer. HR. Yes, April. Oh, I'm also from April. I'm 21st of April, by the way. What's your date? I'm a Taurus. 23rd. Oh, we're so very okay. So you're also Taurus. So we've got the same character traits. That's so funny. Oh, I don't really believe in horoscopes and things. I think there is some similarity. I know that Leos. Yeah, we're bulls, right? We're bulls, but I know Leos. All my ex-boyfriends are Leos because they're. I guess my dad was a Leo too. I sort of thought, Leo. They are quite. I don't know why, but yeah, I used to love shorting as well over. Normally the when we go down, it's faster, right? I used to be better in shorting than in longing because I read the market better on that side. But apparently today I did not. You were born on the first day of spring. Yes. You know what I think when they make a week like this is just to sort of like stall time again, right? Uh, look for a father figure. Um, I don't know if that. I mean, now that means very old. I mean, I guess that means I have to go older than I am, and I don't know. That just doesn't work for me at the moment anymore. Score. Want a sugar daddy or something? Nah, you know it's um, we are actually the same age. My current boyfriend, we're almost. He's a little bit. He's how many months? He's a little bit older. We're not going to talk age anymore. No, we're going to keep that a secret. I gave it away once. I let people I let people listen in. But Monty, you'll be surprised about that too. Let me tell you that. Okay, there we go. We're going to go lower now. I still don't feel comfortable to trade this, to be honest. I do think now we're gonna go 838. What time is it? 5:11. We might go back up to trade this in this little gap here first. The other thing is that you're only 45. How many be surprised, but I could never be this. No, you're not be. You guys are funny. You guys are. I love my chat. In days like this, we should have more fun instead of focusing too much on trading. Even though we focus on trading, but when it's like difficult, yeah, there we go. I don't, I think 838 is going to be the midpoint. You see how tricky they are. See, I'm not going to even engage because I just don't trust it too much. I said 838 here, that's 0.5 of that wick, and it doesn't even go there. It just goes a little bit lower, and then it respects this first presented fair value gap. Most likely goes back into this wick. We need some money. Yeah, but we're just going to trade. I'm okay just having a few trades per week. The only thing that worries me now a little bit is that we're at the end of almost a 4-hour candle. So the distribution is almost done here. Are we gonna hit 0.5838? Let's see. Yeah, it is. I mean, hey, listen. In hindsight, it was actually very obvious. We hit 50% of the daily wick. We didn't go over that first percent fair value gap, but now I would not know what to do if we hit the 50 now. Well, we do have this here. Are we going to go all the way down to the? Look, at some point, the 4-hour candle will start going up, right? Which will be a market maker buy model on a lower time frame. So we're at 50% of the 4-hour wick here. How many points is this? 214. Hey, welcome, Sufiane, to the family. Crazy family. Okay, are we done? Are we done to the downside? So this is my thought process right now. Um, I think we are going to create a wick with this candle. So I do believe we might go a little bit lower, but then we are maybe to here. But I do think we're going to create a wick. So yeah. But when is it going to start? And I think it's going to create a large wick. Hey Monty, did you just change your picture? Oh, now we can see you. It's always hard to see those. Oh, I can see you now. Yeah, you changed your picture, right? You thought, okay, let me just. It's very hard to really see, but I can see the long hair. Okay, so 0.5. Are we? Yeah. Okay, this is a long. Are we gonna? I don't think we're gonna go down this candle anymore. On the four, I'm just thinking about the 4-hour candle. If we do go down, are we gonna go all the way down to this end walk, or are we just gonna futz around, take some liquidity here, and just create a larger wick for later to use, so we can manipulate more and create more time distortion? That's my thought process, because we hit the 0.5 of this 4-hour wick. Breaker on the lower time, another breaker. This is a smaller breaker here. Um, we do have a first presented lower, one more leg lower, I would say. 832. I'll be at work when New York open. I'm sure it's going to jump probably 200 points. Well, the opening range gap is going to be huge because we opened. Well, no, not maybe not. If we go back up, not really, not really. Doesn't have to be. So we have a little gap at 881. um, I think I'm going to take a break. I think it's time to go to the beach. It's a nice day and touch some grass and just enjoy the day a little bit. What about you guys? You're gonna do? I mean, I feel like and then prepare myself for New York because I think we're gonna get one more. I think we're gonna hit 832 this level here. It's 3:30 in the morning, and well, what do you do? It's 3:30 in the morning, and you are going to work. Are you in the aviation or look and Q? Oh, you were gone. I thought you were here. Did you go? Can I go with you? Okay, let's see, guys. Okay, 0.5 again. I think I want to long this. I'm going to paper trade long this. I really like this. Now the 0.5 is not gonna fool me anymore. 522. If it does blast through this, then we're going to go all the way to the end walk, I think. But let's just see if the 4-hour candle is going to make a large wick and just going to. It. I have to take some crane counterweights out to oil rigs. Ah, okay, gotcha. Burning the midnight oil. It still looks bearish, right? Let's see if it still wants to go further down. Well, would have been just now getting up, woke up, and once I'm awake, I'm awake. Yeah, I'm gonna say I wake up at 3, 4 o'clock as well. But I had a bloody rooster here. It's gone now. I wake up at 4 a.m. I normally live in the bush, so I just wake up very early. But the rooster wake me up at 3 a.m. So I was like always 1 hour earlier, even though 4 a.m. is early. But I love waking up early. I'm a night and morning person. I love both. I don't sleep a lot. Um, but yeah, I just love waking up early as well. I mean, I love it when it's still midnight and I've got a nice rooftop, and then when the sun comes up, I have like the view. It's just the best. I really like it. It's just such a beautiful. Yeah, I just love the mornings, early mornings. It's nice and quiet. Now the question is, okay, this is an easy trade here, right? But the question is, when will it get here? This should be. Now it actually should even be here. Rip Rooster. Yeah, no, but the rooster is gone. I mean, I think someone. I mean, there was an old man, and the man is gone as well. So either the old man died, somebody stole the rooster, because I don't see any lights anymore, and or he is traveling with this rooster. I don't know. He left his dog, but the dog is he has a dog that's still. I hope someone's taking care of the dog, but I would think. But I was like, oh, maybe he's traveling with his rooster. I don't know. Maybe he took it with him to a farm, or I don't know, and then comes back with it again. I don't know. I hope not. Um, I travel with my cats, but I don't know. Maybe the rooster's on holiday. But you know what? I hope the rooster is in a farm, having a wonderful rooster life, and not having to be hated by the whole neighborhood, because he's hated here. Everybody hates him because he wakes up everyone. But he's a rooster. He can't help it. Well, the thing is, we hit 50% of a 4 hour wick, but the question is the 4 hour distribution candle ready to move up, or does it want to make one more leg lower? So it doesn't look very strong to me yet, to be honest. But Well, the thing is, when you have the luxury to wake up whenever you want, it's not a luxury when you wake up already at 4 a.m. and then the rooster wakes you up at 3 a.m. That is not a luxury. Um, So, and I started to really hate that thing because it just makes it, and it just, and also when I wanted to make a recording here, it was all in all my videos. It was just annoying, and I was like, what the fuck? Every time, and when we had the monkeys here or anything else, and it was always like, and it sounded like a little bitch, to be honest. It wasn't like really, it was like, very like high pitched, and it was like, oh my god, that just thing that drove me nuts. I mean, that be a rooster, but it was like like a witch. It was like a little witch, and every time I was like, what the fuck? What's that? No, it was like it's such a horrible noise. But yeah, let me not go over. The rooster really stressed me out at some point because it was always like I couldn't make any recordings, and it was on my recording. But let's hope he's gone for good. Monty, well, 30 years ago when I was married, my rooster used to wake my wife up very early. My rooster? Oh, you had a rooster? You didn't wake up from the rooster? Only your wife woke up? Hey, listen, I love animals, but a rooster should be on a farm. Not here. Not on a little beach town when, don't get me wrong, on a farm I totally accept it, but not here. Okay, guys, you know what? I'm just man. I came from the toilet and here's some weird, and it was you. Yeah, it was me. Yeah, that was me. Impersonating my rooster, the rooster that is gone. The poor thing. I think I know that. I'm not going to say that on YouTube. I don't want to get banned on YouTube. We're going to keep it PG-13. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go to the beach. It's a lovely day. I want to have my nice some exercise. I'm not going to wait for the next candle. It'll do whatever it wants to do, and I'll see you guys later today. If price action is good, I might do a New York session. If not, I'll see you guys. Today's Thursday, right? I'll see you guys in London again. Thank you, guys, again for hanging out with me. I appreciate all of you, and yeah, that's all I want to. I should be more. I should become more of a salesperson. Like and subscribe if you don't. I hate doing that, guys, but I have to start doing that. But I'll see you guys later or tomorrow. I love you all. Thank you.